G'day everybody, it's Woz, and today you're in my workshop, and I'm here to share my experience, thoughts and opinions on how to assemble a skateboard. If you enjoy this type of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel. With your ongoing support, we can grow our skateboarding community and this channel. So to make this skateboard cake, you will need certain ingredients, and those ingredients are as follows: a skateboard deck, a sheet of grip tape, a set of skateboard trucks, some bearings. Today's bearings of choice are the Spitfire Cheap Shots. Wheels. 4 would be preferable to make this skateboard contraption work. And to hold all of these pieces of hardware to the skateboard deck, you will need a very vital piece of equipment called deck bolts. Drop 1. Shit. Now to put this skateboard contraption together, you will only need but a few vital tools. A skateboard T-tool. This has everything you need to put a skateboard together. Now when you apply the grip tape, as you will see in this video, you will need a half round file, a round file, and a sharp knife. Now don't be silly and cut your fingers off. Also something that I like to use, just because I've got it set up in my workshop and it allows me to use both hands while putting this skateboard together, is my trusty vise. Once you're at the stage of putting the skateboard into the vise, just a word of warning, grab some soft jaws so you don't crush the wood of your skateboard deck, or just get a cloth or some bubble wrap, stick it in the jaws, and then stick the skateboard in there, and bob's your uncle. So now we know our ingredients and tools to make this skateboard cake. Let's put it all together. So the first thing that you'll want to do is put the grip tape onto the skateboard. You do that by lifting up the wax paper in the corner here and taking the wax paper off the grip tape to reveal the sticky side of the grip tape. Then what you have to do is basically line it up. I usually line up one edge on one side and enough so the grip tape goes over the tail and the nose, and I just let it fall on there. Once it's sitting in this state, I push it together with my hands and I work from the inside out. And this should get rid of any air bubbles that you may get in your grip tape. Then you grab your wax paper, you put it down wax side up, and then put your hands here and you rub that grip tape onto the skateboard, allowing all air bubbles to go away, and also making sure that you get a good connection of your grip tape to your board, because there's nothing worse than your skateboard grip tape falling off your board. Next thing we need to do is to cut off the excess of the grip tape that we don't need. So what you do is you put your skateboard deck on the edge of a bench like we have here. We get our round file and we scribe out the edge of the skateboard as if it's a stencil. There you can see the outside of the skateboard. Next thing, you get your knife. Cut from underneath and cut along the edge of the skateboard, removing all excess grip tape. Chuck that in the bin. Now, to make sure that the edge of the grip tape hasn't been taken up by the cutting of the Stanley knife, grab your round file or your half round file, whatever you got, and just go over the edge again. This just ensures that your grip tape will not peel off on the edges. Look at that, looks pretty sweet. Now, this is where you will need to get your deck bolts. Choose one, and what you want to do is you want to mark out where these 4 holes at the front of the skateboard are and 4 holes at the back of the skateboard are. The easiest way of doing that is to push the deck bolt from underneath the skateboard up and out. And as you can see the mark there, and there's been a hole. Man, that's really tough to do, but there's the hole. So you do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So there we have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Now let's take this bad boy and put it into our vise. Okay, now it's time to get these skateboard deck bolts and skateboard trucks and put it onto our skateboard. Line up these 1, 2, 3, 4 skateboard holes on the skateboard trucks with the holes at the front of the skateboard. I just like to leave that loose for now, then I'll get the next one and do the same process at the back of the skateboard. Okay, they're on there nice and loose. Now we need to get the Allen key head of the skateboard T-tool piece. Put that to the Allen head piece of the hardware. Choose the correct socket, which is the smallest socket, and start doing them up. You want to make sure that you do these up nice and tight so the head of the deck bolt countersinks into the skateboard so it doesn't foul your shoes are moving on the skateboard. Beautiful. Now for the nose of the skateboard. That looks perfect. Countersunk deck bolts into the actual skateboard deck and skateboard trucks are firmly on the skateboard. Okay, the next part of this puzzle is to put these bearings and wheels onto these skateboard trucks. To put the bearings into the wheels, people do it a lot of different ways, but this is the way I do it. I take a bearing and I take a wheel. I take off one of my truck axle nuts. I put the bearing onto the axle and I line up the wheel and I push it on. Move it around, give it a little push, make sure it sits pretty well, is not wobbling too much. Once that's done, I take that off. I take another bearing, put it onto the axle of the truck, line it up, push it on, and then I do that. And that's pretty much what I do. That's the way I do it. So let's do that another 3 times. There we go. Now we've got 4 wheels with 8 bearings inside of those. Now let's put these wheels onto these trucks. With the axles of the skateboard trucks, they come with 2 washers and 1 nut. You put 1 washer on the inside of the axle. You put your skateboard wheel on. Then you put the outside washer on, and then you put the outside nut on. And then you tighten it up using the T-tool. Trick here is not to tighten it up too tight. See, that's way too loose, too much wobble. A little bit more, I think. I like to have a little bit of play in my skateboard wheels. Maybe a little bit tighter. Yeah, a little bit of play, and look at that. That seems like it's a very happy wheel. So let's do that another 3 times. So now, here we have the final product, a fully assembled skateboard deck. I kind of like the highlighted green, the wood and orange combination. I kind of dig it, it's pretty sweet. So there you have it, another skateboarding tutorial successfully presented by me, Woz. Oh yeah! If there's any other content that you'd like to see me cover in future videos, please let me know in the comment section below. And as always, I truly appreciate you spending this time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.